Hello, my name is Lucy. I'm the appointed witness. I gotta mention some things before I go to sleep because by tomorrow I might forget. But one of the things God wants me to talk about is the pink dolphin in the ocean, which is the blood of Christ in the ocean among the churches. And then see, I already forgot. That fast I forget. But one of the things he wanted me to say was about the pink dolphin in the ocean. That's why he made a pink dolphin. And then he wants me to talk about Damascus. I think he said I was going to be nabbed and taken to Damascus. And I have to prophesy there to the nations. And I'm going to be probably held at gunpoint. I think that's the vision he's giving me right now. He's talking to me. And then another thing, they're going to force me to talk. But God's not going to listen till he gets what he wants. Then he told me no harm is coming to me. What Michael was telling me in 2012, I couldn't understand. Was that they can't touch me. If they do, they'll die automatically of COVID. I didn't know what COVID was for. Now I know. And then he told me I got shingles. Let y'all know I got shingles. My body will probably be ashamed. But the devil did give me shingles, but God's going to cure me. And I got dialysis. God told me one day in a vision I was going to get a kidney, but I don't know. That was just a vision I had. But not everything comes true, but everything else has come true. I don't know about my kidney. I don't even care anymore, anyways. And then he's talking to me about the Arabs. I want to be with the Arabs, not the Egyptians or the Israelites, because the Israelites don't listen. He's going to give them extra instructions through the Arabs for some reason. And then the Israelites said that there's no way that appointed witness would come from the United States. I seen that on TV, a video where an Israelite said there's no possible way appointed witness would come from the United States. But he said he'll protect the whole United States. And that's where the witness is coming from, which is the appointed witness, which is me. And for his name's sake, he would protect the whole United States. I'm coming from here. So the pink dolphin is God's blood in the ocean, which means the appointed witness, which is me, has already told you guys, and you guys already heard it, because he told me yesterday that you guys already heard the tape. I don't know if that's true. I haven't been told anything. Supposedly the Israelites already heard the tape, and probably everybody, the Arabs and the Egyptians, but I don't know how far my tape's gone. I know when I had 35 views, 32 views. I don't know who's viewing them. Somebody's viewing them. But there's going to be a powerful man that's going to pick me up and protect me. But they're going to want to bring me down. But then I'll probably die there. But first I got to prophesy. I don't know, for maybe it could be a year and a half, but I know if it's not. I don't got long to live. According to me, I don't got long to live. According to God's schedule, I don't know. There's some things I don't know. I feel real sick all of a sudden, and God saves me right away. A while ago, after I finished prophesying, my stomach hurt so bad, but then God just took the pain away. Like nothing. But I got shingles. I'm very sick. I don't understand. But like I said, he's talking to me about Damascus. He's talking to me about the Arabs for some reason, the Israelites, and he's talking to me about the pink dolphin in the ocean. And then, of course, I'm having visions of killer whales and sharks, but there's a big war. I don't know much about the Russians right now. I haven't asked God, and He hasn't told me. Or the UK. I know there's a lot of suffering, but it says it's everywhere. Hmm. He's talking to me about the pale horse, stop the rains, on his demands. He's been talking to me about that for a while. I do talk to Michael sometimes. He comes and sees me. So hardly ever, but I've seen Michael. And Michael didn't believe I would do it. And God said, I'm going to choose her. Michael wasn't really too happy at first, but then he realized. Well, now he realizes that I'm going. Whether anybody likes it or not, I'm going to the nations, but I don't want to go. You know, if I can only make the tapes in YouTube and then God takes me, that'll be great. If I die in my sleep or anywhere and God takes me, that's great. That's my plan. But Jeremiah 29:11 says, nope, the Lord has other plans for you, Lucy. He keeps giving me the vision of Jeremiah 29:11. And I'm not agreeing with it. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not agreeing with God. I said, no, 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 no. I'm not going to no nations. I can do a YouTube video and then y'all can see it and learn off of it. But God said He's gonna put me public. Oh, that's what He's telling me. This Passover, I'm glad I remembered. That's why I got the tape. The dolphins, Damascus, the pale horse, and the Last Supper. The commemoration of the Jehovah Witness in April 15th, I think, 2022. He's going to have the biggest Passover the world has ever seen or known. It's going to be recorded in history. Not even 2023, not even 2024, not even 2025. 2022 will be the biggest Passover the world has ever seen. It's going to be big, even if it's private with the Jehovah Witness or public or nationwide or America-wide or worldwide or universal-wide. But this Passover will be the biggest Passover God will ever do in history. He's coming through. Just like He did with the Egyptians, He's coming through with the nations. That's just what I've been told. So by April 15th, I got to expose myself. He said I got until April 30th to expose myself publicly. I got to go locally and then nationally. But I don't want to go. But He said I have to go. But I will go for Him. I said I would die for Him. So I got until April 30th to expose myself unto the nations. I'll do what I can, but if that don't happen, I will. But I did what I can. I am struggling, but God is going to provide, but I don't know how. I am disabled and I'm very sick. So I told God, I don't even know how He's sending me. Can't even walk across the street like I said on the tape earlier. He's going to send me, whether I like it or not. I'm going. But God loves me very much. That I'm happy about. Yeah, I'm happy I'm chosen, but I'm not happy I'm chosen. So it's just a mixed feeling. But I have to prophesy and prophesy and prophesy. Hopefully I don't have to prophesy all that time that I talked to you about. But it says 1,290 days. I'm already tired and I prophesy just a little bit, but not because I'm tired, because I don't want to serve God. Because I'm on dialysis. I feel weak, but God gives me the strength and urges me to speak. When I speak, it's because God speaks. That I can tell you right now. I don't speak on my own free will. And I don't pick up the phone to talk just to talk. I speak because God's speaking to me at that time and moment, and He will not leave me alone. It's a feeling that I've never felt before, but He's determined. He's zealous, jealous by nature, and he's determined and motivated and ready for war. So He makes me talk. He tells me, you say this and this right now, because right now you'll forget and you don't listen and you don't do what I say. And pick up that phone and record it right now, because you even got a bad memory. But He reminds me. So then right now I have to pick up the phone again and tell you about the Damascus and the Passover. He wants to talk about the Passover this year. Very urgent, he said, and very, very important. They will remember His son and the disciples. But he said, this Passover, this Passover is going to be celebrated like no other Passover, because the end of time is here. So we're at the last hour. So he said he feels bad for those that don't join in and remember His son. That's what he said. But he said, I have until April 30th to expose myself to the nations, which is the Egyptians, the Arabs, and the Israelites. He keeps talking to me about the Israelites too much, but he's the Israelite, which means he is real. That's what Israelite means. He's real. Israelite just has a name that he's real. Emmanuel means Jesus came from man. And the Jews are the jewels. But the Jews think they're the only Jews loved. No. Jews actually mean jewels. So we're the jewels of the earth. So there's world universal wide Jews. That's what He wants you Jews to understand. But He chose y'all to take care of Jerusalem and y'all don't. That's the difference between a Jew and a Jew. Y'all not take care of Jerusalem. He even regrets giving it to y'all. But it was written and it was foretold. So then the United States are the Gentiles, and I was talking about that earlier when they said they're going to trample the city, and then my subject went off, but I forget because I'm talking about one thing jump to another. But that's prophesying what I'm being told. But at the moment, I will have to go back and remember that when the angel trampled 185,000 people, but one angel, they're giant angels. They're not little. They just come little because God had to take us down because we were just, our heads are too big, but our minds are powerful mind. But so he said, we're going to trample the serpent, the city of the serpent, which is the Romans. He doesn't forget the Romans. The Romans sacrificed Jesus. So when we trample, the Jehovah Witness is going to trample the Romans. And not literally. I mean, that don't mean we're going to go walk all over Rome and, be giant angels. And the angels will, but we won't. But the word of God is going to go through Rome. I'll probably even face the Pope, but he's going to ask me questions. And then, of course, the Arabs are going to ask me questions. And then the Jews are going to ask me questions. And then the United States is going to be freaked out because they didn't think of nabbing me before the Arabs. For some reason, the Arabs are going to nab me. But I'm hoping this is all a lie right here. This part of my vision that it's, where I'm nabbed. But I've been almost nabbed about 100 times throughout my life. So maybe God was preparing me, and my husband's had me at gunpoint, but I'll probably be at gunpoint, but they won't shoot me or nothing. They can't touch me. That I do know. Before they touch me, the angels will appear, but God said do not tempt him. So He already knows where He's sending me to, but I'm hoping I don't go. I'm hoping I can just go to YouTube and then die here warm in my bed and it's over. And then whatever happens with the world. But by Sunday at 12 o'clock, I got to give the names that I forgive and the names I don't forgive. But he only wants two, the ones I forgive and the ones I don't forgive. Because he gave us the powers to forgive and not forgive, to retain the sins. But I told him I didn't want to do that. But he said, Sunday by 12 o'clock, I have to turn that in some letters that I'm going to send to the nations. But I know in one of the scriptures it says, do not believe when the prophet comes and the letters and the scriptures comes, but they're talking about the Mormons right there. I can tell you that right now. Joseph Smith is bringing that fake letter, but then I'm going to bring a letter, but then they ain't going to believe me. It's going to be like an old-fashioned scroll, and it's going to be some stuff that he wanted, that he's already told me that it's appointed in there, and other things I probably forgot or won't remember or remember at the last minute. I have to make hundreds of those letters and send them out. So, therefore, I gotta prophesy some more, and hopefully they won't nab me. It's just a vision, but that's God's plan. But my plan is to stay on YouTube, try to talk to the churches, send out the letters. That's my three things that I'm gonna do. And for the Holy Supper, on that Passover day, see, I don't want to tell you all this stuff because I really don't want to tell you, but God said I have to tell you. But then you guys will get dismayed and discouraged. And God said, do not get dismayed or discouraged. But on the Passover day, you got to remember his son. But the word's gonna go through the Romans. But I didn't want to tell you. But on the Passover day, if you're marked, you're marked. So he gave me a vision of a lion, a bear, a cheetah, a leopard, and an ox. That's what's going to happen on the Passover. Or around that time. Well, it's happening now. It's happening now, but he's already given me that vision. The lion is the liars. They're going down. And he's got the nations marked on that because they're liars because they worship another god. All this is because they worship another god. But so the lion are the liars. But there's a double-edged sword because God is king of the jungle, king of the beast. And he's the beast of the king. So he's the king of the beast. And there's no other beast besides him. They can call themselves beasts, but God is the king of the beast. So that's where the lions come in. And then the bear are those who bear false witness, like the Romans and the Catholics and Mormons. That's what he's telling me. And even the Martin Luther King, which I know nobody's going to like. Anybody who worships God, another God outside Jehovah, Jesus and the Holy Spirit will be diminished. So the bear is the people who bear false witness. And then the cheetah are the cheaters. All the cheaters of the earth will pay the price. I'm not saying they're not going to heaven, but they got to pay the price. And then Jesus paid his price. A very strong price. Valuable, priceless. And then he's got the leopards. I'm considered a leopard, but there's two kinds of leopards, a good leopard and a bad leopard. The bad leopard carries the nations of the plagues, and then the good leopard can give the plagues and stop the rains, like I said earlier about the pale horse and the pink dolphin, which we'll speak about that tomorrow or another day, but I've got to speak about it maybe tomorrow. So then the ox, I told you before about the ox. I had a vision of an ox. If you're an O, that means you're saved, and you're an X, that means you're marked out. You ain't going to heaven. That's very important. This is going to happen on the Passover. The ox is coming through. That's what he's telling me. He's coming through. So that's a double-edged sword there, because people represent the devil through the ox, but it's not. God is the one that marks anybody and does anything he wants. But then we got the phoenix. I dreamed the phoenix. And God is the phoenix. He came to me in the form of a phoenix. So he showed me a phoenix. I never really paid attention to the phoenix, but he's the phoenix. Powerful. Wings that given to angels represent the phoenix. But God is the phoenix. But then he also visioned me. No, this not a vision. This is the true story. I didn't know at the time, but it looked like a thunderbird. It was in about, what year was it? Let me see if I could go back and remember what year. I was a stupid Jose, my ex-husband. Let me see what year we were together at the freaking West Park apartments. I don't remember, but in Midland, it was almost about midnight, and we were barbecuing on the second floor. And I've told this story before. We had binoculars, but this giant bird, I should have known I was getting picked in, and I didn't know. But there was a thunderbird or some kind of bird. I never seen that bird. I seen the king vultures in Guadalajara. They're beautiful, beautiful, almost 5 feet tall. They're about 4 feet, 5 feet tall. But then this bird, I think my brother-in-law saw it. I don't know if he remembers Jorge, but he saw it. I don't think Jose got to see it. But Jose had the binoculars. I guess he was looking at other women through the apartment, thinking I didn't know, but I didn't care. I didn't love him anyway. So then I said, hey, well, I want to see too. And everybody, his friends, kept passing the binoculars. And then when I got the binoculars, I just seen a big, darkish brown bulk. And it was flapping its wings and just flew right over Andrews Highway, back behind Burger King to this big house. I want to go look at that house in the giant tree. And then that big bird just came and landed. His wings were at least, let me see, from one end to the other, 20 to 25 feet. He spread it, his wings. And his body, I don't remember, 4 or 5 feet. I don't remember. Or maybe a little bigger, 7 feet, but maybe 5 feet. But he flew, and then I could see him. Then he went under the light post, not under, but around it, aside it. And he came in his true colors and forms and everything. So it's a dark brownish bird. And then he had a short beak, dark beak. But he was brown, darkish brown. But my brother-in-law saw it too. He said, what are you looking at? I said, you see the bird? I was screaming. I was listening to oldies. He didn't care. And his friends didn't ignore me. But Jorge grabbed the binoculars as a witness, and he saw the bird. He saw the bird for a minute, and I took the binoculars from him. I said, hey, I saw the bird first. It's my turn with the binoculars. And I yanked the binoculars from him, natural instinct, because I would have never done that in my right mind. But God was speaking to me then, and I didn't know. This was in probably 90. I think I had got pregnant or was going to get pregnant from my daughter Stephanie. But I seen the giant bird, and I pulled the binoculars from Jorge. Like I said, we were on the second floor, and then that bird was just flew right in front of me, and then I seen him land. And I thought he was going to keep going through town, but he landed overnight. So the lady, I could see inside her house in the door, not all the way inside, but I could see her lights on and her door open. And she went outside and she witnessed something in her tree. It shook. It was so big, it shook her whole house and the tree. But she got scared and went outside, but she kept looking, but it was dark on the tree, so she never saw the bird, but she knew something was out there. But I could see her. I wish I could tell her, but I never told her. That bird, I'm sure he was gone in the morning. But Jorge, my brother-in-law, witnessed that bird. I don't know if he remembers. He don't talk to me. But the Holy Spirit is with me. Jesus is with me and God is with me. So I was already chosen. And I pray God takes me soon. I'm ready to go. As soon as these tapes are ready, I'm ready to go. I can't continue like this. It's the desperation and the prophesying is very, very heavy on the soul. It's heavy. It'll bring you to your knees. It'll not let you sleep. It'll worry you and tire you. And I feel sick. And I want to die. And I'm suicidal. But I'm strong and determined to do God's will, so He chose me. And it's a suffering that you gotta hide because the devil don't sleep and he's always taunting me. And I've always had I've been almost kidnapped. I don't know how many times. I could tell you stories. I was a coyote girl, used to cross illegals. I don't know what else I crossed. Probably drugs. And then what else did I do? I used to take the people to Kansas and Nebraska, charge a lot of money. I was with the cartel. Used to party with the cartel. I was friends with the cartels. What else did I do? I used to be a bar fighter. Never lost a fight. With a lot of people. Women didn't like me. Still don't like the women either. So, but I was a bar fighter. I was married. I did cheat on my husband after. That's all he taught me. Cheated with his friends. He knows. But he left with everybody else. I really wasn't never with him. He was my first. He still makes fun of me up to this day that he was my first. I can hate him, but oh well. Life goes on. I have to learn to remember that life goes on. Lost my mom and dad. My grandma, I love my grandma. My asshole husband never let me see my grandma, so I hate him for that too. My kids are rebellious. I love my grandbabies. I told God, save 6 of my grandbabies, but I forgot my son might have one up there. He said, there's 7, Lucy. I'm saving 7 of your grandbabies. They're all going to heaven. That is one of the reasons to live. Therefore, Jesus knows that I love him and I'll live for him too. He died for me, I'll live for him. Because I'm ready to die, but God still don't want to take me. I am mad at God because he don't want to take me, but I don't want to be mad at God because then God loves me too much. Then he's going to say I didn't want to go, but then Jesus is going to say, well, you're forcing her to go, which I don't want her to go if she don't want to go, because Jesus gave an example when he talked to one of the little kids, and he told the 2 little kids, one of them, go bring him some grapes or something. And I don't remember how the scripture goes. I'd have to go back and look at it. But he told one of the little kids to go, and then one said yes and one said no. And then the Bible says, which one sinned more? And he said, well, the one that was honest didn't sin because he was honest. He didn't want to go. But that comes back to all the disciples, which nobody pays attention to. But he told the disciples, y'all are going. They followed him, but they didn't want to go. They felt obligated, but their spirit spoke to them and said, this is Jesus, the Son. I mean, the precious treasure, the gold, the diamond, the rubies, the sapphires, the emerald. You got sapphire in your hands, the royal flush. God is the royal flush. He told me he's the 777s. You go to the casino and you get 7s and you hit the royal flush and you hit the jackpot. That's God. But his son is the royal flush also, and he's royal. The royal priesthood. We come from the royal priesthood. God said to me, you come from the royal priesthood. But I'm just a humble servant. But Jesus is the royal priesthood. And God is the royal flesh. And he's even the Joker. He told me. Sometimes he comes to me as a Joker in disguise. He looks like the Joker sometimes, but beautiful, not the ugly version. But he laughs because he's got the double-edged sword, and he's got the mystery and the secrets because he's king and nobody knows. Everybody's trying to figure it out, and then they can't. And then he comes and tells me, and then I gotta tell you, and then y'all don't believe me. So he laughs with me, but we laugh together sometimes, and then he'll cry. God cries. I didn't know God cries. We'll cry together. Jesus will be really sad. Michael and the angels. Gabriel. Gabriel's always a little bit happier. When I get real sick, Gabriel's right there beside me. That I can tell you. When Gabriel, Jesus too. Jesus takes care of me when I'm sick. I don't know why they haven't even healed me all the way. I told God, how come this halfway healing is going on? But he said to glorify him at the time is right. I said, okay. I could understand that. So then I was dying here a while back, one of the many 100 times, and I lost 20 pounds in 1 week laying in bed. And then so everybody sent, my daughter never sees me, but she sent me flowers, maybe $200 worth. I don't know. But she sent me flowers, and everybody in my aunt said, you don't know whose are these flowers? I said, yeah, my daughter. How do you know? I know my kid. She thought it was going to say my boyfriend Rios, but it was my daughter. And then I told God, and they were going to fly me to Lubbock and put me in hospice. And nursing home. I don't know. They had big old plans for me. They said I had blood clots in my heart. And so I was dying in bed. I hadn't ate. And I told God, God, save me or take me. Like I'm asking him tonight. Save me or take me because I can't stand being sick. And I had to prophesy. My spirit does not sleep. I'm going crazy. I gotta speak. I'm a pointed one. Not easy. And I don't want nobody to feel sorry for me. I gotta speak. God said speak, so I'm speaking, but I testify that he's real, that he's Israel. He's a Jerusalem, but he rules them. But he said the people, so I said, God, take me or save me. And then by the morning, they said they gave me pizza and a Sprite. I don't even remember, but at the end, I remember just a small piece of me eating the pizza and the Sprite. And I said, who brought that Sprite? They said, you drank it. I didn't remember. I was in the spirit. And then God saved me and brought me back to life again one of the times. And then the doctors came puzzled. Hey, I don't know why this girl's alive. You know, was she supposed to be dead or dying? But now she's fine. Take her home. But I did last 4 months in recuperation. Thanks to my aunt Angie took care of me for 4 months. I will appreciate that always. I was on oxygen for 4 months. I had a pulmonary embolism. That was another time I was 6 months, about 5 months with Eliquism in the hospital for Lubbock. But I had just had a pulmonary embolism, and then 3 weeks later I was here, and then I lasted about 6 weeks there, or 4 weeks or whatever. And then I was brought home for 4 months, and God never left my side, and he still hasn't left my side, and he said he won't leave my side, just like Moses. But I had pulmonary embolism. I had septic. My blood was septic. They dialyzed me every day. It was a torture. Then I had the chicken pox 2 years in a row. I had the shingles for a year and a half. And then I still have the shingles. And then what else did I have? Fever. My kidneys were bleeding. My stomach's bleeding. I had ulcers bleeding from the food poisoning at Taco Bell's what made me sick to begin with. I got off a rig, ate at Taco Bell, and got dog sick. I had 4 bacteria. And then now, what else did I have that night? Bronchitis, and then I had pneumonia 9 times already. And then recently I had COVID. And then I died a few more times again, and then came back to life. And then, shoot, there's so much. I was almost raped and beaten by my husband, the shotgun, and then by a hippie, and then by another guy came in a while back in my house and tried to raped me and pushed me in my couch. And my daughter was in the bathroom, but said that was a lie because she came out. I was already pushing him out the door. She said I couldn't do that. We fought with the neighbors. The two men hit me. Well, she sent that girl to the hospital. So I've been in through a lot, you know. And then Hector Madrid tried to get in here with the gun, but he shot the neighbors, and then they put him in prison recently. This was recently. He was stalking me, and then some Satanism was stalking me. So I've been being stalked. But I think that the devil knows who I am, so he's trying to get me either way. But God's not gonna let him. So I'm not even worried no more. I used to be scared. I'm still scared sometimes, but of some weirdos. But I'm not scared of the devil. But he don't scare me for nothing. That's one thing I can say. I testify I'm not scared of the devil because God is great and he's here with me. So, but anyways, I've been through a lot. If you're gonna laugh now, even the UFO's been watching me. Recently, I seen the whites and the grays and the freaking green little. He looked like Paul, the little alien man. But even the aliens know that I'm the appointed witness. I didn't know that the aliens knew, but they already know. But they already took me to another planet. I seen them with the Americans government. So, but they were taking care of me. I don't know why they took so much care of me. Just this one great alien boss, but he didn't let nobody get near me. And then I seen the Draconians in a black ship, and he looked like Darth Vader. I'd never seen a Darth Vader, but I seen that Darth Vader in my sleep. They took me, and then they bring me back. But they've been following my mother-in-law since she was 15, and then my husband was being followed. I didn't know, and then they started following me. And then the Men in Black, but these were gray aliens dressed in Men in Black, but the real Men in Black and the fake. But the aliens are the real Men in Black. And then so I seen the Skinwalker. He looked pinkish silver, big old black eyes, sharp teeth, big old ears, and antennas. But he was crossing over there in Monument. He was after eating animals, rabbits, or whatever. He was eating coyotes and hear stuff. But the government has that as a secret. But I already know all the secrets. And that's because God went and showed me in a vision. That's the only reason I know. Because God showed me. But the grays kept coming over here, but then when I got sick with the shingles, they really kind of backed off. But I don't know if that's why God gave me shingles, but he gave me shingles, and so the aliens kind of backed off because they kept taking me. But the whites were here recently, and to prove it, well, I don't have the proof, but I got some pictures of that other people took of the. I worked in the drilling rigs, and the aliens would just be up there watching us in their ships. They have a recent drones. I don't know if that's where America got the drones from, but they were driving a drone. I'm like, I thought Americans came up with the drones, but nope, we're way behind. But anyway, so my friend from Mexico, Martin, he seen the big old star. It was a giant mega structure. It was floating here in Hobbs at 3 in the morning. We got into watching these movies, and then I would walk him to the RV that I used to have in the back, and then we seen the whites, and the whites seen us. And he said, "Oh man." And then I said, "I told you." And he didn't believe me, but then he became a believer. And then, so we went to bed. We would always go to sleep and get up by 8 or 9. And that day we slept till 12. And then he told me the next day we were tired. He said, "Hey, them aliens came and picked us up last night. They picked you up first and then me. And then we went over there to that star, that mega structure, and then came back." And I said, "Yeah, that's exactly what happened last night. We were real tired." That was in August of 2020 or 2021. I gotta go back to my records, but I think it was 2020 in August, because I had seen the angel and then the whites. But that white stayed astonished, and she knew I was appointed witness. She left me alone, but them whites, they've been watching the house. Well, they know what's going on, but I don't know, they can't get in. The books they're written, so they can't get in. I don't know if they're gonna get in with the war, but I know they can't do nothing to me. God told them to stop, but so, but it was an exciting adventure because I seen all kinds of crap, like crazy stuff you would never believe. But this happened to me for 10 years, and now it's happening to my daughters. I don't want to talk about that. Their private life is their private life, but all the eyes are on me. And I told Jesus I don't want no fame, and I told God I don't want the fame. I do not want it. You know, I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. I asked a while back when all this started, I was all dumb, and then I told God, God, make me beautiful. But he said I was already beautiful. But I call him beautiful. He said, you're already beautiful. But I don't know if that comes with a punishment, because the day I asked him, he felt offended. Like, didn't he already make us beautiful? The human race? Nobody can touch. Even the grays are, wish they had hair. So the whole fight about they don't have hair. The women. But anyway, so he said, oh yeah. And I think that's when he made the contract with the devil and put me through the trials with like Job. I told God, tear the contract. But then the other day I was mad. I wanted to tear the contract. But God said, you want to tear it? Tear it. And I said, no, I better not tear it. God's going to win. He chose me. But I asked for beauty. Boy, he gave me a punishment. That's why I got shingles, because I asked for beauty. I offended him. He put me through 7 years of trial. I'm probably going on 10 years, but he said it's 7 years. I need a little few more months. But I asked him to forgive me. That's something I should have never asked for. It was just out of the blues I asked him. And I wasn't even sick or nothing. I didn't even have dialysis or nothing. And bam, I got sick. And he showed me who's boss. He said, you don't appreciate? Watch, I'll show you to appreciate. Man, he put me through everything. But I already knew. He knew I was going to be chosen, but I didn't, because it's a bird. I come back to, I go backwards and I try to follow him one time, Jesus. I said, I'm going to be a follower, but then I kept falling and falling to the clubs and everything. I partied a lot. I'm paying for it now. I should have followed God a long time ago. I loved him, but I didn't follow him. I got to follow him now. But I'm still trying to jump into the flesh to the spirit and stay there, but it's hard to come back to the flesh. One thing God blesses me is when I'm in pain, he takes it away. Why did he make me sick? I don't know. I am sick. I'm sad and lonely. How long is this going to go on? I don't know. How long must I speak? I don't know. It hurts to speak. Especially when everybody's going to die and not believe. That's going to be more painful. Jesus had a lot of pain, more than anybody will ever realize or know. Jesus was full of pain, love and pain, pleasure and pain. Something I'm going through. It's so hard. Especially when the devil comes around in temptation. He don't even scare me or acknowledge him. But when he was, God did blind me for a while because I couldn't see what was happening. But the angels would always take care of me right away. Like they still do today. Tonight they're here with me. When I prophesy, they surround me right away. Because they know the devil's taunting me, but he ain't going to let the angels ain't going to let him get near me. And stuff. So as soon as I prophesy, he's right there. God's here listening to every word I say. God is attentive. He don't even let the angels speak to him because he wants to hear every word that I say that is coming from him. I cannot say another word he does not want me to use. He is eyeballing every word I say, and his ears are right here. He's with me. Jesus is patiently missionary waiting. And quietly. He's very quiet. Jesus is very, very quiet, observing, watching, and waiting. And the angels are just excited and anxious and desperate and happy and mixed feelings at the same time, like me. But the angels are so excited. They're singing. Okay, last time I told y'all that I knew the song that God gave me. I don't know if He gave it to everybody, but I know the new song because He said He's going to sing a new song, right? And the new song is going to be sang throughout the universe and the skies and the heaven when He opens the heavens. I'm going to tell you the name of that song, and you're going to believe I am the witness. He's going to sing, the angels are going to sing, let me hold you. Let me hold you. Behold, the Lord is here. Behold, the great day of the Lord is here. And the trumpets will blow, and the harps will sing, and the angels will sing so beautiful. But that's the song, Let Me Hold You. Because we're going to be miserable, sad, and painful like right now, and sick and everything else, and war and everything. And we're going to feel like there is no desperation, no help. We're going to feel forsaken like Jesus did for 1 second. I don't believe it, but according to the scriptures, I haven't even want to read that part because I don't believe that Jesus ever thought that he would be forsaken by his Father, but he could have been forsaken for 30 seconds, a minute, like I died for a minute, but he probably felt forsaken for 1 minute so God could show him what the human flesh would feel. For 1 minute, he felt tons of pain besides all the pain he had by watching us. But when he died, the pain was for us because he felt sorry for us. Like, these people don't know what they're doing, and they're crucifying me, and I am the stone, the rock, the pearl, the jewels. I am Jerusalem. He's Jesus. And then he was sad for us. He did suffer a lot of pain physically, but as a human, because he was part human, but he felt sorry for us. So we had taken him down, but he loves us and he forgave some of us, but I don't know who he forgave. But the thing is, the angels are going to be sending and descending when Jesus comes. And they're going to be singing, let me hold you. The great day of the Lord. He has come. He glorifies his Father. He has the Spirit, the Holy One. And then they're going to hold us. Each angel's going to carry us to heaven. If I'm not already over there, but, to the weary, the heavy burden, the heavy laden. When God opens the sky and Jesus descends and ascends, it's going to be a lightning flash. And the angels, that's probably why it's going to be kind of a short song, but repeatedly, but it's probably got some more words, but those are the words I know. But the angels are going to carry each and one of us. And then the ones that do not be saved, their dead bodies will be in the streets and we will see them. We'll probably even say bye to them. They won't hear us because they'll be dead. They'll be asleep. They won't be judged right away. They'll be asleep in another world, and not in another world, but in a heavenly place. But they're gonna wait judgment. But the saved ones are automatically gonna be taken by angels. That's what's gonna happen. I'm telling you. So this Passover is very important. I could tell you that right now. God is gonna pass through. He's gonna see each and every one marked and unmarked, like the ox, the O's and the X. But they're going to be singing the angels, and then we're going to embrace the angels. We're going to embrace them, and they're going to be whispering and singing with a high-pitched voice and the trumpets and the harps. Let me hold you. Behold, behold, behold. And then we're going to hear, holy, holy, holy is God. And then God's going to scream, when he has picked up each and every one of us, and the dead bodies will lie in the streets, the ones that are, well, our bodies too will be dead in the street, but the spirits, but the bad ones ain't, they ain't going to heaven. But the good ones, and then we're going to hear him scream with a loud voice. We're going to hear him twice, I think. One, when he closes the heavens, it is done. He's going to scream loud. It is done. Michael and the angels, I believe they're going to play the trumpets and they're going to scream loud. But the one who screams, I guess like Mexico, when they fought the war, and then in that Benito Juarez or whatever throws themselves and screams or whatever. When stuff, things that have happened, and then like, we got the bill, the dollar bill that says, "In God we trust." This nation, in God we trust. But Jehovah's gonna scream, "It is done." It's gonna be his pride and his proud to say it is done. When the devil's thrown down and burnt forever and whatever disintegrated or whatever, he's gonna scream, "It is done." You might even scream it 3 times, because he's gotta scream when the heavens close. Then he's gonna scream when the devil's gone, and he's gonna scream for the supper of the Lamb, when we celebrate and eat and feast together. He's gonna say it is done 3 times. And therefore Jesus told the disciples, ask, "What do you want? You will be taken into captivity. What do you want?" The disciples didn't ask for nothing, because God knew their heart already. Jesus knew their heart, and they knew that Jesus knew their heart. And even as bad as they wanted to ask, they didn't ask. But when I get nabbed, pray to God I don't get nabbed. But if I do, they're gonna ask me, "What do I want?" I have nothing, nothing. What I want, they can't give me. Only God can. And that's life with my grandbabies in there in heaven. God knows what I want. Before April 30th, I gotta bless a few families, so they'll be protected and forgiven when I'm gone. God told me to hurry. He keeps hurrying me. Hurry, 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 hurry. Poor God, I haven't really listened to him, so I feel bad because he's mad at me sometimes because I don't listen. But I try to listen, but I'm stubborn too, because I told him, "God, if I go and the nations don't believe me, they're burning themselves and they're gonna die." But he said, "That's the plan. You do what I'm telling you to do, and you don't worry about the rest. I take care of the rest." Because I couldn't understand, and he said, "You take care of what you got to do, and I take care of what I'm gonna do. The rest, you can't do the rest. You don't understand, Lucy. You can't do the rest. You do what you can, and what I'm telling you to can't, what to do, you can do. You're sick, but that doesn't matter. You're gonna do what I say." I said, "Okay." So by April 30th, not even the 31st, I don't even know if there's a 31st, but he just said in my mind, by the 30th, I have to expose myself, and I got to bless a few families. My cousin Bobby, I'm going to bless him. That means you will automatically enter the gates, the pearly gates in paradise. When I bless you, you will automatically be protected and enter. You might go through sufferings and trials, tribulations, death, and whatever it is that's going to happen to you. You're destined, but as soon as you die, you'll enter the gates. That's a promise God gave me. He gave me 2 promises. No harm would come to me for Armageddon, and he would protect the ones I bless. But the ones I don't bless, that's on him. Yeah, I can't say nothing there. There's the people I know. I got to choose. I got until 12 o'clock Sunday. I'm 3 weeks behind, but he knew, that I was sick and stuff. So they gave me the Moderna shot, the second one, and the shingles at the same time. I was throwing up for 10 days. Well, 3 days, and then I rested, and then I was throwing up again. So I was real sick, but so he gave me a chance, but I got until Sunday. He's angry with me. He loves me and he's happy with me, but he's very, very angry because I didn't turn in the paperwork, which I've never had to do, but he's asking me for some paperwork. Oh, yeah, I did do books paperwork, but he's mad because I haven't done everything that he's told me. I haven't organized my books, and I haven't given the letters, and I haven't done anything. So he said by 12 o'clock Sunday. And then in one of the verses, it actually says, if you get, you lazy angels of the earth, you don't listen to me. You lazy angels, he says, many are chosen, but few perceive it, which is mean. They're called and they don't go, or they put it back behind, or they want to hide like Jonah, like me. I was trying to hide, but God don't let. There's nowhere to hide, but I was trying to hide here at home, kicking back, watching TV, watching the Golden Girls. But he's taunting me, like constantly hurrying me. And then the other day, about a few nights ago, is what he told me. He said, Lucy, do you not understand that I'm the chess king and I gotta make a move? He recently made a move. I guess when the SEALs entered the ocean, but he had made a move previously. But I think it was when Putin uh, invaded UK. So the thing is, I guess it was his turn to make a move or something like that. I can just tell you. Well, I'd have to sit here and explain it. I don't really want to explain the details. But you can either believe me or not. But he's in a big old chess game. I'm one of the little pawns there. But I'm a powerful pawn. But he said I got little powers. But to me, I don't got no powers. But he said I'm powerful. But what he gives me a little is a lot. But I'm saying I don't got no powers. But he's saying I do. So he said I got until 12 to bless those that I'm going to bless. And to deny those I'm going to deny. I'm going to deny Marcy and Rios and a few guys. I can tell you that right now. Manuel, I'm going to bless you. You and your family will enter the kingdom right away. I love you, Manuel. You know who you are. MZ. But him and his family won't enter the gates. I bless him right now. That way, if I die, he'll be blessed. And Marcy and Rios, you will not be blessed. I do not forgive you. If God forgives you, that's on him, but not with me. That's how I feel. If I said otherwise, I would lie. I'm not going to lie. Especially not on this tape. Nothing I say on this tape is a lie. That I can tell you right now. At least that's what I'm going through. And if nobody believes me, that's fine. It's the Spirit's talking to me. God speaks with me. So this is what I'm going through. So there's just so much to talk about still. The angels are listening. You're here. So may their feathers rest on me. Manuel, I bless you. Manuel Cepeda, I bless you. And your family. All your family you choose can go in the kingdom. Bobby, Roxy, Skyly, Bobby, yeah. I bless you guys, and whoever you bless will be welcome in the kingdom of the gates. Right now, those are the two families that I bless, and the two families I deny is Rios and Marcy Mungia. And Ronaldo Rios. That's how I feel. So, Manuel, if you cheated on me with my sister, I forgive you. You know better, and she's worthless, and she's an antichrist, and she stinks. But it's the truth. But God told me in a vision, and he showed me the Joker, the ugly Joker, which was you and Marcy. So he said you were joking with me, but he said you lied to me and that you were with her. I will find out. Marcy talks. I will find out. It might take time, but I know it is true because God won't lie to me. You might lie to me, but God won't lie to me. And I'm putting that on tape. You're going to hear it. You're going to be amazed. Like, how did she know? Well, God speaks with me. That'll be my testimony. I'm not ever going to deny that. God told me that, but excuse me, but God did tell me. I'm drinking milk. God took my pain away, but I was in a lot of pain. But it's not the milk I needed to eat. I had lost a lot of weight, but I'm gaining it back. In my iron's going back up, but they think I might have blood cancer. I won't know till May the 26th or about June. May God bless his grandson that has cancer. May it go away or be painless. Well, I feel better. Once I prophesy and speak, I feel better. But man, when I don't listen to God, he makes me feel awful. Like there's an ugly feeling I can't get rid of. I cannot get rid of it until I speak about God. And then God speaks and I feel better. But I feel bad because I'm a bad girl because I don't listen to him. But I told him, it's painful to watch the people go to waste. It's painful to hear y'all criticize me and not believe me. It's painful to know you'll get lost. It's painful to know that you'll believe I'm not the witness. If there are other witnesses, I don't know. I don't know everything. I'm not smart. God didn't send a smart person. A smart person would probably stay in the well. But he said, some people that are not smart so they could listen to him. But he tells us what to do and guides us. He's the one that makes us intelligent and gives us the secrets. But Jonah was in the well. I wish I could have been in the well. I'm scared of the wells in the ocean and everything, and I have nightmares. I'm even afraid of the pink dolphin. I never used to be scared. I'm scared. I'm terrified. But I'm brave. I'm not afraid of the devil, but I'm afraid of these visions I'm having. They're scaring me because I'm dreaming the ocean, the orcas, the dolphins, the seals. The seals were pretty. That's the only thing that I remember that. Well, now the dolphin is the God's Jesus blood in the ocean for the waters and the churches, but I'm scared. I feel scared. I feel brave 99% of the time, but that 1% I feel scared. I don't want to feel scared. All eyes on me, and that's scary. I'm trying to hide. I don't want people to know that I'm the witness. I don't want people to know that I'm the witness where I live. I don't want the people to know nothing about me. I don't want no fame. I told God I don't want the fame. I'm not going to take Jesus' fame. There's no possible way that's going to happen. And he said that's the only way his name will come out. I'm not taking Jesus' fame, but he said that's how I'm going to recognize Jehovah, by taking fame, that he's going to give it to me. And I don't want it. Like all them rappers and everything, they have fame. I don't want fame. I couldn't even handle fame. I do a lot of stupid stuff on Facebook. But this is Facebook. Y'all are going to see it. That's it. I see things and share it just to share it because it's funny. But I do got a sense of humor. But prophesying. Jesus is with me. Jehovah's here. But it's all a blessing. I love Jesus. Trust me. He knows I'm willing to go for him. I'm scared. He knows I'm scared. But I'm brave. Victory and justice is for him. For God and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Oh God, the feelings. And death is around the corner. My time is around the corner, but I don't know when. I'm not scared to die. That's one thing. I've already died so many times. I already know what death is like. You just really, the adrenaline blocks you really quick, and then your spirit just boom takes out it comes out of your body in 30 seconds, a minute, less than a minute. COVID already took me out, and then you can see for a little while. So I don't know if God resurrected 3 days, Jesus, and then we resurrect. We just get to roam the earth for 3 days, and then God puts us. But when the angels come, it's different for that day for those that are alive, but and follow Jesus. But I don't know. But I know death. You just leave your body so fast, like fast. So I'm not scared. Death. It's an awful feeling, but I'm not scared. Amen to that. Well, I guess that's it for tonight. I feel better when I speak because I know God feels satisfied and He's done for the evening or the. He usually talks to me at night, but I take Ambien and I try to knock out. But I've been knocked out a few times, and he still sends me through a vision. The other day that he told me about Manuel Marcy, he put me in a vision. I was at dialysis. Even on dialysis, that would knock me out, and then I'll go into a deep sleep, and then he'll take me and he'll show me, and then he'll put me back, and then I'll wake up. But God talks to me a lot, a lot. Well, he'll come at night, and then he'll pick me up and take me somewhere. And then he'll show me the universe, and he'll show me everything and all the stars and planets and nations and or wherever he wants to take me for that night, and he'll show me and tell me. And then a few times I've had questions and he'll answer me. He'll go and take me and show me. I know he don't lie to me. But then he showed me just the problem I had with the house, and then he just gives me a lot of visions about. I had already visioned war. You could see the rockets in the air. There won't probably be a nuclear bomb, but these are going to be rockets. They accidentally hit Mexico, and they hit here. And I could see I painted a picture of them. But that vision I had, that was one of my first visions. It had an ugly vision. That's why I had told him, now that I think about it and remember, that I didn't want the visions. And he did punish me for a long time. I didn't have no visions. But he probably knew I was going to tell him not to give me. I dreamed that earthquake ugly. I could see the streets open, hiding. It's a crazy. And then I could see the rockets in the air. You could just see fire in the sky. It was night, and everybody's running for their life. And then that's one vision. And then the second vision I had was there's a solar flare so heavy that it's crisp a lot of when God's gotta take the people. It's gotta take them. COVID and everything else. I've mentioned COVID a lot of times. Never have before, but I'm talking so much about COVID. But also, I dream of giant flare, and it roasted thousands of people in their cars. And the ones that survive are in the cafeteria schools eating off for 90 days. And then the government helps, and the navies and the National Guard and everybody. So it's a big old chaos right before the coming of the Lord. Right before the coming of the Lord. And it happens on a May. I keep dreaming on a May. By June, Jesus is here, but I don't know what year though. That's one thing God hasn't told me. But I know in the month of May, right when the school ends, there's going to be a solar flare. A heavy, heavy solar flare. So heavy, so close to the sky, it's going to crisp the people in the cars. Like the end of days. But I had that vision. But I told God, no, 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 no. No visions. You're scaring me. That's when I didn't know I was going to be the chosen one. But he just started to give me visions. I'd seen the bird, and then I didn't know what was happening, but I told him no, and then he said, okay. Then when I begged him for visions, because it was exciting, I was just seeing the freaking UFOs were taking me, and I could see them. And then one time I had never even gone to the football field here in Hobbs. Never been there before. And one day a big old UFO just came and picked up a lot of us here in Hobbs and then dropped us off in, I don't know if somebody in Hobbs, but they came out in the newspaper, but because they were seeing them, a lot of them here in Hobbs is powerful. But they come through June, through here, you'll see them. They pass through like a tourist or something. You will see them if you come in June, about June 9th. They're passing through. I don't know what happens with the skies. They open or close or get closer, but they're able to portal through. But they put me in the football field, and then I had to wait and get back in the sheep, and then they had to bring us home. But I had told one of my friends, I don't remember who I had told, that, hey, I said, the alien came for me last night, a giant ship, and then they left me in the football field, and then no, it was just the field, the baseball field. I'll show you where it's at, right down Singer all the way to the end past Seminole Highway in Texas, but and then New Mexico, Hobbs, but we're in the state line. So, and then they left us there, and then they picked up a lot of people that we didn't know each other, and then why all kinds of races, and then they threw us back in the ship, and then they had to drive us home, and I don't know what happened. It was a crazy night. I never forget that. So I told, I think one of my daughters too, but I had told her I never been to the football field. I mean the baseball field or whatever over there. I've seen it in a dream. I've been there a few times, but this alien keeps dropping me off there. So I took off. They're trying to confuse the people because of the lights. So they go where there's lights. So there was a lot of lights there. So then I went and then seen it, and I said, "Oh man, I was already here." But then about that year, my grandbaby had one game there, one or two games. But it was weird. I already knew what the field looked like. I'd never been there before. And then when they first abducted us, they burnt the ground in Local Hills. It's right there, the Majamar Hill. On your right side, when you're going in, you'll see the mark. They burned the field, but there was aliens. There was a giant 3-story football field size, violet purple, grayish, platinum, welded. It was welded too. I didn't know they weld, but they were welded in little squares, but they were slanted squares. A UFO, a giant sucker, and then the smaller ones, mercury color, and they were flying right next to a window. We could reach our hand out and touch it. It was on the June 9th of 1990. 192, I'd have to remember, but I think it was 1992 of June 9th. But yeah, you stuck your hand out, and then June 9th, the year before, I hadn't seen it for the first time. And then, but we started getting followed by men in black in a pitch black square car. Pitch black hats, coats, and everything. Big eyes. They had their ears kind of like us, but they were melted into their skin. They looked like they had cancer in their skin heads, but they're bald, but they were gray, but they had their ears punched in the earlobe. And so my kids were little, and they seen that, and my daughter was screaming because that sucker was following us. How did she know even from far? She was so scared of him. They got a strong aura, like a strong spirit. Like we got a strong spirit, them suckers are stronger. Strong spirit. You can tell them, they're looking at you 10 miles away, 20 miles away. They're already watching you. They got big eyesight. We don't, as big as them. But they can't get near us too much. God will get mad. But I seen those aliens. They exist. I told God, he said, what would you want, Lucy? Physically. I said, physically, one day with you, God, take me in a UFO and me and you go cruising the universe. He said, okay. But he looks like Zeus when I see him. I don't know why. That's a lot of stories. Mhm. Well, it's time for me to sleep for a little while. And may God bless y'all. Love y'all. And my stomach, you can hear my stomach's hungry. And burp sometimes, that's funny. But anyways, good night, folks. Love y'all. See you tomorrow. Bye.